Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream with the AP Laser here at Poe on the Go. Tonight, I'm going to show you something that I have found to be just an incredible little money maker that costs hardly anything to do, and the profit margin on it could be pretty big. So what I'm talking about is making wind chimes with the AP Laser. Before we get started, you all know how this starts. So let's bring in our dear friend, Clearwater Chad. Hey, Chad.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Let's get that forecast.
Right, the degrees, 20% precip, 81% humid, and Roscoe advises from the Sky Chapter that the wind is at 4. Back to you, Paul.
All right, brother. Thank you. So what we're doing tonight is I'm going to show you how I make custom wind chimes for folks. And believe it or not, it is so inexpensive to make these things. Now, one of the things I was doing was I was going out and getting the chimes from hobby stores and things like that. The problem was I was paying like $5 to $10. I go to a dollar store, $1.25. I get an old cheap wind chime that they've got, take the chimes off of it, and I've got my chimes for anywhere from $3.75 to $8.75 difference on it. So that's one of the things that I do. I'm always looking around. I like to recycle, restore, refurbish things. But on things like this, it's kind of hard to find the metal that you need to make the sounds that the wind chimes need to make. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring up the other screen here real quick and show you how this is done. So let me get to that screen over here. All right. So we're going to give everything best we can. What I did was I went online and I found a very simple silhouette of the state of Michigan, the shape of the state of Michigan. And if you look right here where the upper and lower peninsulas meet, they don't actually touch. So what I did was I went into Microsoft Paint, turned it into a black and white image, connected the two together so that they would be one solid piece going around. And then I went in and I added the M for Michigan. And then literally I just copied and pasted 5 1/8-inch holes, circles, and another one at the top here that it's going to hang from. And that's literally, it took me about 5 minutes to design this out. Now, the great thing is that you don't have to have the Michigan logo. I can do the state of Ohio the same way I can do pretty much any state there is. Put theirs in there, or I can do a different shape and add in something special if the person wants a custom one-off kind of wind chime. So it's very simple. The wood that I'm using today is 1/8-inch plywood, or 3.04 millimeters. And it is, I get it at Lowe's by the sheet, 4x8 sheet. It's one of the least expensive. It's called a utility board. And it works out nice. It has an almost cherry kind of finish to it. So it looks nice to begin with. They have a real nice finished surface on one of it. The big problem you have with using plywood is when they're stacked in there and they're getting all that humidity and heat and cold and everything, just like everything else you're buying from lumber yards nowadays, all the wood's coming out warped, and you just have to be careful with that with the laser. So what I do is I'll bring that screen up right now. What I do, if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see a black line that goes down the left-hand side of that board. And all that is some black duct tape that I use. It's some really strong duct tape, and that stuff, I'm going to have to pretty much burn it off the wood when I'm done. But that's where we're starting at on it. And we'll go back to the other screen real quick here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go over the properties of the cut that I'm going to be doing. None of this is engraving. This is all 100% cut on it, which will make it that much quicker. And one of the great things about something like the AP laser being a CO2 laser, they're so much faster than a diode laser. Diode lasers are good for their own purposes. I prefer a CO2. One of the reasons I do is if people order 5 or 10 of these at a time, then I need to be able to pump them out quickly. So having the CO2 laser and making the cut, it only takes just a minute or two to do the cut with a CO2 laser. So we're going to go in here and it's marked as red, which is a cut layer. Output on, the speed is 10 inches. 10 inches per second. I'm going to do it 2 passes because of the fact that the wood does have some warping to it. And that's just unfortunate. That's how I got it. So I'll do 2 passes to make sure it cuts through fully. We have our cut process on and we have the air assist on. I'm using 100% power on it and the through power is 100%. And we're going to go ahead and set that and we'll get ready to download it. And we'll give it a second here while it sends the path through the computer. By the way, it is 90 degrees here. I'm in a closed garage. I got a fan on me finally, but man, is it hot. Feels like I'm back in Thailand. So let me get on over here. I'm going to switch over to the other camera real quick and we'll get everything started. There we go. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull me and Chad out so you have a better view of it. All right, hold on 1 second here. Get everything straight. We'll pull that out. All right, now if you can hear, I've got the exhaust going. I'm going to shut that off real quick. If you don't have it on, if you don't have that exhaust on, it's going to fill this whole place up with smoke. So you saw how quickly it did that. And fortunately, I could see it in the video stream that it had cut through on the first pass, which was good. And it works out even better when you're doing multiples of them and you go through and blow out quite a few at once. But here we go. Let me get out of the way so you can see it better.
Wow. That's amazing, Poe.
So just the shape of Michigan. And the thing is, to attach the pieces on there, you literally just use fishing line. So, and as I like to fish, there's always a bunch of fishing line around the house. So, and we're just literally going to go through, match up the string lengths. And I'm just going to do a couple of them for this one. But the nice thing about it is you're going to take your line and we're going to put it right through like so. And then normally I'm doing this when the piece is laying flat, but we'll do it like this for you. All right. So what I do at this point is I'm going to take that line and I'm literally just going to feed it through the hole, both pieces at once. Give yourself enough room so that you can tie it. And if you've got smaller fingers than me, then you're in much better shape. As these big old sausage grabbers of mine, they aren't that delicate. And like that, you got your first one on. You're just going to go and cut off your excess string on there.
Very nice, Poe.
Let me find that other piece that I cut, which I probably dropped already. It's so much different when you're doing it live compared to just doing it at the workbench. Now, the really neat thing about this is, like I said, with these, the cost to profit is amazing with these things because I'm literally making them for just a couple of bucks at the most. The sell price, say at a farmer's market, or I have folks that just direct message me, is the price is generally about $20 to $25. And that includes if they want it custom or if they just want like a static one, like the state outline with the M in it. So, and the nice thing, like I said, you go to a dollar store, pick up all the wind chimes they've got, and you can hear it. I mean, they sound great. And for dollar store wind chimes, come on.
Wow.
So your profit is pretty much over $15 per piece on these. And I can pump out literally, you saw how quickly it was. In an hour's time, I could pump out 10 to 20 of them, no problem. The only problem is these big broke fingers and trying to be coordinated enough with it. You can actually go with a smaller size hole on there. I leave it at that in case they want to put their own rope in there, if they want have like a different kind of line that they want to use on it. But, and then the nice thing is like I said, this wood has a real nice finish to it, and the camera's really not showing it that well. But the fact is, it has a nice, almost like I said, cherry finish to it. Now you can either clear coat this and let it go as it is. You can paint it, which you can do your state colors with it, however you want to do it. But it's a very simple thing to make, very quick profit on it. And I am really happy with how well these sell. You can do them. I do them down to cities. You know, say if you live in a certain city and they're having their city festival, then I can do up a bunch of chimes that are in the shape of that city with the city name running through it. And the thing is that people love it because it gives them a sense of this is where I'm at, this is where I live, this is what I love. So that's pretty much it. It is that simple to make something that's going to make you that kind of profit off of it. So, and like I said, it's very simple. If you have a diode laser, it can do it, but you're best off if you're going to be doing production runs with something like the AP laser. The 4024 SN 4024 is an absolute beast. The solid metal construction of the whole thing. The support stand that it's on is 2 by 2 inch steel tube, 1/8 inch wall. I mean, this thing literally they had to bring it in on a forklift to get it into the garage. And then it took my son and I, took us about a half hour because this whole thing's so heavy and it's so sturdy. It took us about a half hour to do it. And to give you an idea about something like that, my diode laser that I have, my 20-watt diode laser, it just crapped out. The laser just burned itself out finally. And this machine isn't having any problems whatsoever. And I've been using this probably 10 times more than the diode lasers. So you got to make sure that, you're picking a good piece of equipment to do this work with. And you can't go wrong with something like the AP laser. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Danny Masterson verdict. That was great to see. What did you think about that, Chad?
I agree. I'm glad the women got justice. The victims got justice. You can't, if the jury said that he's guilty, then he's guilty.
Yeah, I'm happy to see justice served is my big thing. And if you didn't catch it, I was just on a live stream with Aaron Smith-Levin, Aaron, over on his channel at I believe it was around 6 o'clock this evening. We did a live stream there. I'll give you a kind of day I've had. Drove from Detroit Metropolitan Airport to 7 miles southwest of Toledo, Ohio, helping the wife out with her courier service. Got home about 4:30 this afternoon. Had to run in, get showered, get changed, get ready, get on Aaron's channel. We did that live stream for about an hour, came off, and then I was getting ready to do this one when the guys showed up to bury the internet cable into the ground here at the house. So we had to do that. While they were doing that, they cut the invisible fence line. And you all know Roscoe. Roscoe's a nutcase. He will flat out fly out of this yard like it's like watching one of Elon Musk's SpaceX rockets go. That's how fast that dog is. So we had to get all that fixed, and then I had to get in here to get ready to go. So it's been a fun day. I want to thank you to Goldie. Thank you as always. You are a godsend. I want to thank everyone who's joined me. If you have any questions, you can email me, hit me up on Facebook. I do post on Twitter from time to time, but I'm not the best person on Twitter. So either email or Facebook, those are the easiest way to get hold of me. And if you have any questions about it, I am looking for a site right now. If anybody has any suggestions, I need a site where I can post the diagram, the designs that I have for using with the laser, so I can post the actual SVG file up there for everyone. And so if anybody has any ideas on that, please hit me up. I appreciate it. And as always, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you so much for being here, being a part of this. I love sharing this community with everyone and helping everybody realize their potentials. Not everybody can draw, not everybody can paint, not everybody can woodwork. All right, but you have talent out there. You just need to realize it. And we are building a community that is here to support you and let you know that we do care and we want to see you succeed in what you do. So thank you very much, folks. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And as always, make it count.